Welcome to this week's edition of Sun News at Noon. I'm Katie Walker.
And I'm Amy Glockner. Thanks for tuning in. Dr. Kelly Marin, a Utah Tech professor of media and rhetoric, lives a double life, excelling in both academics and sports. She recently published a research article in the journal Surveillance in Society, focusing on the use of anonymizing tools in photography and their impact on Black lives. Alongside her academic work, Kelly also claimed victory in a professional MMA fight in Hurricane, Utah, for the Crown Fighting Championships. Additionally, she traveled to New York City to research how street art is recontextualized in museum settings. She plans to publish her findings in a future communications journal.
Aimed at tackling the rising fentanyl crisis, the state of Utah has launched a new task force. In 2023, a record number of 290 deaths were related to fentanyl overdoses. The task force aims to tackle several issues related to the drug crisis. Some include promoting educational programs, disrupting trafficking networks, supplying fentanyl, addressing the root causes by investigation, collecting statewide data on fentanyl use, arrests, and overdoses, and analyzing policies and criminal penalties for drug dealers. Utah Governor Spencer Cox says the task force aims to reduce demand through treatment and prevention. During the news conference announcing the task force, Cox blamed the fentanyl crisis in Utah on the border policies in the nation, criticizing President Joe Biden directly, calling his border policies a failure.
2 men are behind bars in Cedar City after a high-speed chase across multiple counties late Thursday night. Utah Highway Patrol clocked the suspect's Dodge Charger speeding at up to 189 miles per hour on I-15. The suspects, Christine Sanchez Luna and Ethan Anton Mason, eventually fled on foot after police stopped the car in Enoch using a pursuit intervention technique. Officers arrested both men and recovered drugs and a firearm at the scene. Both suspects face multiple charges and remain in Iron County Jail.
Free monthly concerts make their way back to St. George this winter. The City of St. George's Community Arts Division's concert series kicked off last weekend and will run until mid-January. The concerts are held in the Electric Theater on Tabernacle Street. For more information about the musicians and dates of the concert, head to www.sgcityutah.gov.
Mose Valley, a well-known bouldering spot in St. George, is at risk amid a highway project. Mose Valley is part of 6,800-acre lot of Red Cliffs Desert Reserve, providing gap climbing, bike trails, and habitat for 2 of Utah's endangered species. An ongoing lawsuit about the Northern Corridor Highway project has swept the area, and advocates are pushing back. The Southern Utah Climbers Alliance held the 15th annual Mose Festival, bringing people together to fight and petition for the federal government to save this land.
Mose Valley has peak climbing, I guess is a way to say it. It has so much climbing for people, and it is also just a great way to enjoy the outdoors, enjoy the wildlife, and the beautiful scenery that we have around here. Every time I come out here, I always have a good time. Pretty much almost guaranteed. I've never had a bad time coming out here to Mose. The climbing community in general really helped me out, especially in my early years of college, because I was quite lonely my first couple of years of college, but the climbing team has brought me immense friendship, and Mose has helped strengthen that friendship because it is a commitment going out to Mose, but that's how you know who your true friends are. I'm a big opponent of suburban sprawl, to say the least. I feel like kids growing up in suburbans is just not a good environment for them, where they're surrounded just by concrete and housing. They need to go outside and they need to explore the wilderness. Well, there are certain species of tortoises here, scorpions, snakes. I came here one time and I saw the little kit foxes. Those are really cute. It would have an impedance on their wildlife, especially the tortoises. Tortoises are endangered. They'd probably have to be relocated, and that's an ideal situation, is that they get relocated. That's only if the future developers are careful. Make Mose important. Go to Mose, have fun, spread awareness, share what you did that Mose. And then, of course, also sign the petition and get involved. Use your voice.
This impacts the Utah Tech student community immensely. Mose Valley is a spot for every student to enjoy. If you'd like to join the movement, go to mosevalley.com.
Utah Tech University offers alternative trips for students over academic breaks, like fall or spring break. This past week, students went to San Diego to complete a service project. Students looking for service opportunities can sign up for the next alternative break in the spring semester.
I had the amazing opportunity to go on the Alt Breaks trip for San Diego through the Utah Tech Student Association. So essentially what that is our service branch through our student government has something called Alt Breaks, where students get to go and do service projects and travel throughout their break for school. So a group of students and I got to go to San Diego, and we drove around, went to different beaches and parks, and got to do trash cleanup. We also got to work with an organization called Feeding San Diego, where we got to do food sorting and different food preservations for people who need food. So the trip was so much fun. Traveling is amazing, not only for your education, but just for your life and your life experience. And if you do it through the university, there's a ton of ways to be able to pay for it. So look up study abroads on our website. If you have any questions about doing alt breaks or wanting to do more service outside of your local area, come to student gov room on the second floor and just ask about it. Just the experience of getting to meet people, serve others, and travel somewhere new was it's almost life-changing.
What an awesome opportunity for students looking to serve.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm down to sign up if you are.
Let's do it.
Perfect. After the break, Ben Dawson will be back with an update on Utah Tech athletics.
Across the country, there are destinations that are calling. We stand proudly above the ranks, a testament to our unwavering commitment to excellence in all that we do. Always embracing the extraordinary. 9 dynamic cities, home to 9 world-class institutions. The Western Athletic Conference. Together, we are one WAC.
On campuses nationwide, the NCAA is making transformative changes for student athletes. While they pursue their biggest dreams, we're launching new initiatives to help them. Life-changing education opportunities are just the start. The NCAA is providing enhanced mental health services. We're guaranteeing scholarships and tuition and expanding access to healthcare. Visit ncaa.org/change to learn more.
The Utah Tech football team lost their closest game yet to Austin Peay State University 7-13 last Saturday. Their best effort still wasn't enough for a win. The Trailblazers had the ball twice in the last 5 minutes of the game, but were unable to put together a game-winning drive. Time is running out for Utah Tech to find a win this season, as the Trailblazers are 0-8 with only 4 games left. The Trailblazers continue to search for a win Saturday in Richmond, Kentucky against the 3-4 Eastern Kentucky University Colonels. Last week, the Utah Tech volleyball team swept California Baptist University in 3 sets, but got swept themselves by the University of Texas at Arlington Saturday. The Trailblazers followed both up with a 4-set win at home against Southern Utah University Monday. After winning 2 out of their last 3 matches, Utah Tech is currently tied for 3rd in the WAC conference standings. The Trailblazers' next match is against 6th-ranked Abilene Christian University tonight at 5. A 1-1 draw for the Utah Tech men's soccer team against the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley helps push them up the conference standings. In the game before, the Trailblazers scored a game-winning goal in the 86th minute against Grand Canyon University to kickstart a late-season push for the postseason tournament by the Trailblazers. Both games pushed the Trailblazers from tied for last in the conference to tied for 7th, 1 spot off the WAC postseason tournament as the top 6 go. Utah Tech Athletic Director Ken Beazer talks about the ever-changing college athletic conference alignment and dynamics and how Utah Tech has been affected.
And in some instances, it's really who can you trust? I mean, who can you trust in some of these conference alignment things they're coming up right now? What you see is no longer any type of geographic boundary. I mean, when you have teams from the West Coast in a conference with teams on the East Coast, obviously you can throw geography out the window. It's all about TV markets at the upper level. And you say, well, that's not our level, which it's not, but yet there's a trickle-down effect that can't help but affect Utah Tech. And it causes a lot of uncertainty, and you just have to be proactive. You've got to be proactive, but you have to make sure you align yourself with the mission of the university. Because once you get out of a line there, I think that's where things go awry and cause some real problems. Then you really, as an institution, have to look at why are we participating in intercollegiate athletics if it's not helping further the mission of the institution with, recruitment and retention of student athletes and offering to the overall student experience of a university. That's what athletics should be able to do. While ourselves, helping young men, young women, get college educations, it's how are we helping the others who aren't student athletes with their experience here at the university, specifically speaking, Utah Tech University. Bottom line, it is causing a lot of uncertainty, and a day, 24 hours don't go by without changing. Something is going to change in athletics. And again, by the end of the day, you're going to read something else. I'm not predicting anything. I'm just saying that's just what's happening right now. It's a different era. And at some point, there's going to be some structure that settles in that I think we're going to be able to move forward with for the next few years.
The Utah Hockey Club's inaugural season is well underway. The Hockey Club has sold out every home game in the Delta Center so far this season. The Hockey Club is currently playing quality hockey right now, starting the season with 4 wins out of the first 6 games of the season, 1 out of the 2 losses coming in overtime. At the end of the season, the Hockey Club is planning on rebranding to an official team name and logo, citing not having enough time for a full rebrand before the season started. I don't know about you guys, but I know personally I would love to see them change their name to like the Yetis or the Mammoth or something pretty cool like that.
Yeah, I think that the rebrand is going to do really awesome things for their program.
Absolutely. Regardless, I love the intensity in hockey. I can't wait to watch them throw down.
Oh yeah. And that's it for this week's edition of Sun News at Noon. Thanks for tuning in.
We will see you here next week, same time, same place.
Have a great week, Trailblazers.